Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn about data types, variables, and constant. What is variable? Variables can be declared as one of the following data types: Boolean, byte, integer, long, currency, single, double, date, string, object, or variant. In VBA, a variable is like a storage box that is itself stored in your system, but it can store a value in it for you, and you can use the value in your code and can change that value if you want. As the name suggests, variable is something whose value is not fixed. Like for these examples, dim tenant name as string. Tenant name is variable. We have different tenant name and even tenant code. Tenant code can be different assigned to each tenant. Start date, end date, the SOA date, transaction date as date, contact person as string, annual rent as long, IBAN number as string, SOA number as string, doc number as long, rent charges as long, dim rent receipts as long, ending balance as long, opening balance as long. Let's have a look on data types. In VBA, if the data type is not specified, it will automatically declare a variable as a variant. In VBA, data types are basically the type of data that you need to specify while storing a value in a variable or a constant. For example, if you want to store a date in a variable, you must declare that variable date as its data type in the first place. In this example, we declared transaction date, trans date as date, the SOA date as date. We have here the list of data types and the number of characters that can store and the bytes, the storage capacity. So we have here string. So there are two kinds of string. We have fixed and variable. The fixed length will be from 1 to 65,400. Date is 8 bytes. Long, 4 bytes. Example of long is the annual rent and lease charges. And this can also be declared as currency. We have here integer. The value is from negative 32,768 to positive 32,767. And the storage capacity is 2 bytes. We have double, 8 bytes. Example, interest rates, because it can be with decimal. Variant, so we have variant numeric and variant text. Generally, VBA data types can be segregated into two types, numeric and non-numeric. Examples of numeric data types are currency, long, integer, and double. Examples of non-numeric data types are string, boolean, and date. For constant, it is like a variable, but you cannot modify it. To declare VBA constant, you can use the keyword const. So we have here public const company name as string, because the company name cannot be changed. It cannot be modified. Address, public const company address as string is equal to Metro Manila. The report name, public const report name as string, and the only report that I'm generating is the statement of account. Public const or constant account number as string and the contact number as string. This is the contact number of the company GEMS. So let's have a look on the naming rules. You must enter a letter as the first character. As you can observe on the variable and constant which I declared, all of them start with a letter. Second rule, you cannot use a space, period, exclamation mark, or the character as follows. Name cannot exceed 255 character in length. Then you use keyword dim. Dim, example, dim tenants as string. When you use it, it tells VBA that you are declaring a specific name as a variable, as assigning a specific data type. In this example, the keyword is dim. The variable name is tenant and the data type as string. Not begin with number. So it's wrong to say one tenant or any number with the variable name. Space not allowed. So tenant space names is not allowed. This is wrong. It should be tenant underscore name or tenant name. It should not have that. Better use underscore. So it's wrong to say tenant.name. It should be tenant name or tenant underscore name. After declaring these variables, we are now going to pass these values to a specific sheet named SOA. So we have here 3 sheets. The first sheet is the data. Let's remove the other sheets to avoid confusion. So we only have 3 sheets. And we will be passing the values to report sheet SOA. So this is the report template. We will be passing to range A1 that value is equal to report name. And the report name is, I declare it as constant, and the report name is statement of account. We are going to pass the value of company in range A2 that value. So let's remove this Command X. Let's put it up, Control V. So these are the values in A4 due date. This is the label in A4, D4 statement of account number, dot range A6 tenant code, range A7 unit number, A8 tenant name, start date, end date, date, account number, contact person, annual rent, and A6 to A10 that font that bold is true, and E6 E10 that font that bold is equal to true. A13 the label will be date, B13 document number, C13 description, charges, receipts, and remaining, let's put remaining balance. Let's remove all the data and let's run our code. Let's click generate. So when we click generate, the labels which we declared will appear in this sheet report SOA. Let's go back to our code. So we have here subheader. We set the report sheet is equal to SOA. This is the name of our sheet, SOA. With the report sheet, SOA, range A1, and so on and so forth, that value is equal to report name. The report name is what we had declared. We declared report name as string is equal to statement of account. So we are calling this report name, and even for the company name. On the due date, we are directly putting due date. So what if I will not call the constant? I will directly put here report name is statement of account. Of course, this will also work. So let's try to rerun our code. Delete, click generate. There is a syntax error. Why? Okay, let's run our code. Okay, and it runs properly. In the next video, I will show you when we click generate, it will fill up the fields, all information related to T001. So when we change the tenant code to T002 and click generate, the information related to T002 will appear on the specific related labels. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to be updated with my upcoming videos. Thank you and God bless.